It's Friday, December 19th, 2014, and let's talk about what happened this week over at xdadevelopers.com. First up, there's been some interesting happenings in the whole Cyanogen OnePlus Micromax triangle. In a nutshell, Micromax went to court against OnePlus because Cyanogen gave Micromax exclusivity within India, but OnePlus kept selling the One with Cyanogen mod branding on it. However, OnePlus had been given licensing earlier this year to use the Cyanogen mod branding up until the end of January 2016, but apparently Cyanogen came to them just 2 weeks before the Micromax launch by email and terminated that agreement. It's a long story and a huge mess, and I'm definitely not a lawyer, so if you're interested in learning more about it, the link to the court order from Micromax is available in the portal post. Let's just say it is a confusing, jumbled mess. Moving on to some happier news though, as I mentioned in the last video, Lollipop was supposed to start rolling out to the Android Wear devices, and as of this week, it started. Portal post only mentions the Moto 360 for some reason, but I received the update on my G Watch as well. If you're not familiar with the update, it brings along with it some new watch faces, an undo button for when you dismiss a card, which I absolutely love, and some more quick settings when you swipe down from the top, including a theater mode, which again is awesome. The Android Wear application has also become quite a bit more useful. It's giving you some more information on battery usage and storage on your watch now. So if you've got an Android Wear device, be on the lookout for the Lollipop update. In some other official releases, this week Sony expanded their AOSP support to include all of their Qualcomm-based 2014 Xperia devices. That includes the E3 and the T3, and they've also updated the code for the T2 Ultra and the M2 for stability's sake. Still a little bit of a bummer that unlocking your Xperia device to make it work with an AOSP ROM will potentially break the camera, but if you know how to work around that and you have one of these devices, definitely check out their blog post for more information. Now, not all Lollipop news can be good news. Apparently, some of the people with the Moto G had issues and ended up soft-bricking their devices. However, XDA senior member Giovanni put together a tutorial that shows you how to unbrick and restore a soft-bricked Moto G using ADB and fastboot commands to flash a fresh copy of the firmware over to it. So do make sure to head on over there if you've somehow managed to soft-brick your Moto G while you're updating it to Lollipop. Now for a couple of unofficial updates. This week, the Samsung Galaxy Grand Duos received an unofficial port of CM12 thanks to XDA-recognized developer Pawit. It's a little bit of an early build, as you might expect, but it supposedly only has a few relatively minor issues. XDA-recognized contributor Olivier also put together MultiROM for the Sony Xperia ZL. It does require you to be running OmniROM as your primary ROM to get started with it, but you can even swap that out after you've got it set up. So if you've got the ZL and you're interested in maybe trying out a Lollipop ROM on your device without completely wiping out your daily driver, go ahead and take a look at that thread. And one last thing, for some reason when Google released the Nexus 6, they didn't put in the double tap to wake. I love double tap to wake, and I know a lot of you guys do as well. The Nexus 9 even came with double tap to wake. And yes, I love it on here. Either way, if you want to add double tap to wake to your Nexus 6, XDA senior member Quirp put together a way to do it, and you don't even have to be rooted. He made a modified version of power.shamu.so that you can put on your system partition using the twerp file manager, and then when you reboot, you've got double tap to wake again. Keep in mind, this does mean you have to have an unlocked bootloader and you have to be running twerp, but that's probably not too much to ask. You may want to go ahead and have a backup copy of that file you replace, just in case something goes wrong, and read through the forum thread to get all the specifics, where to put the file and everything, and to make sure that nobody's having any real serious issues out of it. And to wrap things up, 3 other videos were posted to XDA TV this week. TK did an Expose Tuesday talking about battery history XXL, then I made a video reviewing several different USB desktop chargers, and then TK did an app review for LeanDroid. But you know what? That's going to be about all for me for today. You can find the links to all the stories I talked about down in the video description, as usual, as well as the links to my YouTube channels. Remember, if you like this video, please do leave us a like down below the video, and subscribe to receive all of our content as soon as it becomes available. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.